Hello, everybody. My name's Brennan,
You've got Gabe.
And I'm Parker.
and this is Shadow Valley Halloween Edition.
In the early 18th century, within the foreboding depths of New Jersey Pine Barrens, resides a woman named Deborah Leeds. She was known throughout the region as a woman burdened by the constant unforgiving demand of her 12 children. Her husband's frequent absences provided her little reprieve. Her existence was one of relentless hardship, with the weight of poverty and despair eternally upon her shoulders. One moonless night, an eerie, ghostly mist crept throughout the silent woods. Deborah Leeds was racked by labor pains. She knew that this was the 13th child she would bring into the world, and with each birth, her burden grew heavier and heavier, her soul darker and darker. The cabin was shrouded in oppressive darkness, the only light coming from a flickering candle, casting grotesque shadows upon the walls. As the cries of labor echoed throughout the cabin, something malevolent descended upon the room. An aura of dread. It was at this moment, amidst her suffering, that Deborah succumbed to the depths of despair, and she cursed her own flesh and blood, uttering, "Let this one be the devil." The very air in the room seemed to thicken as the newborn responded to its mother's words. Its transformation was grotesque and twisted spectacle. The baby's head elongated into a nightmarish horse-like snout, limbs contoured into elongation, and leathery wings erupted from its back. Its hands, once innocent, twisted into gnarled claws, and its delicate feet became cloven hooves, fit for a demon. A long serpentine tail slithered from its tiny form, and the room echoed with its inhuman screech. The horror of the moment paralyzed those who bore witness. The Leeds family, and a few who gathered there, were trapped in the grasp of unimaginable fear. As if propelled by very essence of evil, the monstrous offspring unfurled its wings, shattered the window with a single stroke, and took to the air. The grotesque creature disappeared into the pitch-black night of the Pine Barrens, leaving behind the trail and of indescribable death, agony, and despair. This cursed birth was known to be the Jersey Devil.
All right, everybody. So, with that intro in our way, we are proud to present you with our Halloween episode on the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, you got.
And
The
so,
Jersey Devil.
if you guys would like to give us a little bit more intro into the Jersey Devil, exactly what was going on, let's do it. Let's get into this.
Let's get it. Yeah, so like the story stated, and I apologize for any little hiccups I had there. Sometimes I can't read. But
It's okay. Did you hear me last episode, dude? I sounded like I was illiterate. I was so tired.
I forgot about that. But yeah, so the Jersey Devil comes from 18th century, and as the story states, it comes from the Leeds family. They're all, I mean, the Leeds family just in general is considered to be very poor. And a little more background on the father. The father was like either he was considered to be just a drunkard, if you will. He always just kind of like, I mean, it's like most people, or most fathers back then, in my
I was
opinion.
going to say that's probably super common for
Yeah.
then.
Like me as
Yeah.
a father.
Oh my goodness. But
I
yeah,
wish.
definitely a lot more common back then was like that absent father that would just drink and then like have sex with his wife, have kids, and then not give a shit about them. And so Mother Leeds was like the only one to take care of all these kids. And as you could imagine back then, especially with like the limited amount of money that you could get, it was probably pretty difficult for this one mom to be able to take care of 12 children, let alone have another. And Parker can talk about this a little bit more, but it was also said that she may have been, or Mother Leeds may have been a witch too.
Yeah. It says, the story of Mother Leeds cursing her 13th child has been told in different variations. The most common one suggests that Mother Leeds was a witch who, in a fit of anger during childbirth, invoked a curse of her unborn child, leading to the creation of the Jersey Devil. Which kind of makes more sense because when you're reading that at first, I was like imagining my wife with our next kid just being like cursing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think it would do anything.
Yeah.
Be really surprised if it sprouted wings and a horse head and flew off and screamed.
Broke the window.
Yeah. The doctor's
that'd
like,
be
oh, I've never
nuts.
seen that before.
He's like, you guys should probably talk to somebody about that.
I am an OBGYN. I've seen a lot of crazy shit.
But
not a
not
that ain't some
gynecologist.
shit I've seen.
Yeah. Tatum's like, what?
In other stories, it said, I guess in the story that I just shared, she's just like a mom that's been just having a rough go at it, right? And then, and also other stories, the Jersey Devil, after it kind of forms into this creature of what it's depicted to be seen as, actually kills the mother. So that's another origin.
Big oof.
Yeah, big oof.
Yeah.
And like we said in any cryptid that we cover, there's a lot of information on any cryptid that you look up, and a lot of it can be like false, which I don't know. We always want to try and like give you guys the best to our knowledge that we can, but it's also important to cover all the different origins as well.
I want to point out too, it's the number 13 is kind of like symbolic of like evil or demonic things.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Illuminati supposedly has 13 royal bloodlines that are the controlling families and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think we talked about that in our
I think the Nephilim episode.
the Nephilim episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Nephilim.
So and I think there's probably a lot. I mean, we talked about the number 33, which has to do with like Masonic things, but the number 13 is also symbolic in demonic cults as well. I'm not sure why. Possibly because Jesus had 12 apostles plus him, so that makes 13. So it's like
Last Supper and
like
stuff.
Satan's like way to like defile what Jesus did. That's my best guess. I'm not sure. Anyways,
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, what better way to do it than that's like one of the most important things, I think, especially in regards to like Christianity and stuff,
Yeah.
is like the Last Supper. You know,
yeah.
what better way to try and defile something like that than to like almost spit in its face, you know, with the
That's
number
true.
13, try to make it something demonic, like you said, something that's not of Christ, I guess. I don't know
Yeah,
if that
take
makes
something
sense.
that's good and like make it anti-good.
Yeah,
Basically.
exactly. You make it anti-good. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what. Yeah.
There's quite a bit on the Jersey Devil, but the hard thing is with it, there's things that are more realistic sounding, things that are more crazy sounding, just like any type of curse. One big one is the 1909 Philadelphia Panic. It says, in January 1909, a series of bizarre events occurred in and around Philadelphia that some attributed to the Jersey Devil. Attributed, I guess would be the way you'd pronounce it. Over a span of several days, people reported sightings of a winged creature with a horse-like head and glowing red eyes. Panic spread, schools were closed, and some residents claimed to have encountered the creature. The events of the 1909 remained one of the most significant and mysterious flaps of Jersey Devil sightings in history, which is kind of nuts that they're closing schools. I mean, that'd be like the equivalent of today being like, the boogeyman's out. We better close school.
Close the schools.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's not real. I'm just saying if you tried to claim that today that the skinwalker, the boogeyman, the whatever is out and about, so we got to close school, parents would be like, you're freaking nuts.
Yeah, that'd be ridiculous. And the other thing on top, so interestingly, you can also find like flyers and stuff that people would put out for when they close that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can still Google them and like find pictures of it where they were posting these like be weary of the Leeds Devil, they called it.
Oh, they called it Leeds back
Leeds,
then.
yeah, Leeds Devil, which it goes by different, several different names, but throughout these signs you could see there was like a, here I've got a picture of one. I'll just read it off real quick.
Do it.
So
There's a lot of videos of the Jersey Devil out there too, which
Really?
adds a lot of like to the skepticism, but also tries to provide like evidence for it.
Huh. Yeah, so some of them say caught, alive, Leeds Devil captured, be careful, weary. and then there's apparently there's some people that were claiming that they had the Leeds Devil. There were tickets passed out, 10 cents to go see the Devil of Leeds.
Ooh,
It's
Sounds
pretty
very
interesting.
like P.T. Barnum-esque.
for
Yeah,
real.
yeah, exactly. It's very weird. But yeah, it seems like if we were, for instance, like now though, if we were to try and close down a school, it'd be more, I mean, like more local, I guess. Let's say if there was like a murder on the loose or something crazy like that, I think people would be a lot more inclined to listen to that rather than like, oh my gosh, we've witnessed Bigfoot and he's out freaking kidnapping children. You know,
Just throwing kids over his shoulder in a gunny sack.
yeah.
Damn.
Dude,
That a
pedophile
Sam
Bigfoot. Oh, Sam Squitch?
Pedophile Bigfoot peeping at your kids on the playground.
Yeah, exactly. But I think people would be a lot more inclined to like want to close down schools or not let people out if it was like some murder or something case like that, which is crazy because for people to actually like consider closing down schools and stuff and like staying inside for something that is like a myth technically. I mean, it almost like begs to the question of like, was it legit? If that many people were so inclined to do it,
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because there's a lot of evidence that people use to say that it was real, but it seems like it was all a little bit of hearsay. Like, oh, I
Right.
saw it fly away into the night, you know, and you're like, you know, and I mean, one thing that is interesting is that people report hearing these high pitched screams, and they say they're from the Jersey Devil. And now, while you can see things that maybe you're mistaken.
right?
But to hear a high pitched scream, like, I mean, of course, like you could hear a high pitched scream that doesn't necessarily come from the Jersey Devil, but you know, high pitched screams are usually synonymous with situations that are not good. So,
Right.
you know, so
Yeah.
so if you're hearing these high pitched screams, it's no wonder it would invoke some fear,
Right.
and
it would be
whether it's the Jersey Devil or not.
very spooky because think about it like if you're out in the forest, say you're taking a hike, even if it's midday, dude, sun's out, totally fine,
Yeah.
and you hear a scream,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably one of the most terrifying things that you could witness, you know, because you don't know what's out there. Why is it screaming? The freaking forest is so vast, you don't know what the hell is out there, you know? And so
Yeah.
that's pretty spooky to think about, I guess, to be able to experience something like that if people actually did hear like screeching and whatnot. I think another important detail that I didn't hit on earlier was that the devil or the Leeds Devil, Devil of Leeds, whatever you want to call it, New Jersey Devil, Jersey Devil, Devil of Jersey. There's so many different names, but they say that it's about as big as a medium-sized dog. So what we're thinking is like a lab size with wings, and I don't. And again, like I think it would be hard to see something like that in the sky and not immediately think like, what the hell is that?
Is that a big owl? Or
Yeah,
something?
like a big, yeah, exactly. Like that's a pretty big creature to like, I guess just immediately write off and be like, yeah, whatever, you know.
It's also an uncommon features to put on any animal that size. Like, so if you take a lab size thing, but it also has like a horse head.
Yeah,
I can't think of any like animal that's common knowledge that
Yeah.
meets that description. And then on top of that, you have hooves. Like, it'd be kind of crazy. I mean, I don't know why. I guess it's just because it's demonic. But I'm like, what use would a winged creature have for hooves? You know,
Yeah.
it's gonna be so like it's not gonna land in a tree. It'll fall off.
yeah,
I mean, there's a reason deer don't climb trees.
right, and that's true because yeah, the hooves would kind of give it immediately away.
It's probably
other-
also symbolic of like there's a whole bunch of different like satanic like gods that they worship.
Yeah.
One of them
Yeah.
has like I don't know which one it is, has like goat's head, you know, chest of a woman, like it's got like boobs. And then it's got,
Oh,
like,
wait, I
balls
think I
and
know
stuff
you're-
like that.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't remember
I think it's like ball.
something. I know what you're talking about.
But
The other-
anyways, it's just very disfigured.
Yeah. The other thing that interested me was because people have said they've seen it. When you actually see like an eagle up close, I don't think many people understand how large those
Yeah.
like creatures are.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, like, I wonder if people were mistaking like an eagle for what they thought was the Leeds devil, because eagles can get huge.
Yeah.
There's some eagles that have a wingspan of like 8 feet, which is insane. That's insane. And so for it to be flying around, mind you, though, their body to like wing ratio is not the same.
Yeah.
At all.
That's very true.
It's not 1-to-1 at all. And so that like lab sized, like a lab dog to be flying around in the air, I think would be very different from seeing an eagle.
Yeah.
You know?
I'd be curious to know in New Jersey how what type of like birds they have in the area that are
Mhm.
like very popular. I mean, if you're saying that there's an immense population of a certain type of eagle or hawk or something, like that might be something to look into.
Yeah,
But
I
if
could
it's
definitely
like-
see it.
If there's like nothing, then that's even more intriguing that okay, this is something very specific here.
Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, to kind of keep going on with the New Jersey Devil or Jersey Devil, a lot of like the idea of this creature started to come up, especially like after the 17th century, whenever it was came into fruition. There was a stint there in 1840 that people blamed the Jersey Devil for livestock killings. And it happened quite a lot. A bunch of like farmers' animals were dying. And then later on, 1941, a year later, again, it started happening. A bunch of livestock started dying. And then that's when they started hearing the screams a lot.
Oh,
Was
really?
during that time. They said that they would be early morning, early times of the, I can't think of the word. Just like when they're out farming, getting ready to like get all their crap going, they would hear
Like
the screams.
dusk? Or
Yeah,
dawn-
like in
dawn-
dusk,
Dawn. Dawn would
early-
be the word. In the morning.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember it's besides the point, but yeah, they said that they would be getting like their like stuff prepped to start farming, and then that's when they'd start hearing the screeches, and that's when they knew that their livestock was dying, and so they go over try to find like the sheep, the chicken, the cows, the freaking
Alligators.
yeah, the alligators.
They're
and-
farming alligators.
But a lot of them would be mutilated, not like not how I guess mutilation we would think mutilation is in like the skinwalker mutilations or something like that.
Yeah, like very. It's not probably not precise and all that.
Yeah, but it was just kind of destroyed, you know.
Just jacked up.
Yeah, just jacked up. Yeah.
Dang, the Jersey Devil got him. This is jacked up.
Damn, that Jersey Devil got to him, brother.
Oh, damn it. Oh my gosh.
Not again.
Shucks.
Damn.
Another sighting in 1925, December 1925, in Greenwich Township, there was a local farmer that took a photograph. Well, he shot this unidentified creature that was trying to steal his chickens. He photographed it, but
No, my pollo ese.
yeah, dude. He said that he showed it to a little over 100 people, and not a single person could actually identify what the creature was. So again, it's a lot of these. A lot of people say that it could be a hoax just because none of it actually holds any validity. And you can't find that picture at all anywhere now. So that's another like another little sighting or another reason why people want to believe it, I guess.
Yeah.
One thing too that's kind of eerie is that there's a lot of mysterious disappearance in the Pine Barrens, and it says there are stories of people who ventured into the Pine Barrens never to return. Some attribute these disappearances to the Jersey Devil, claiming that those who wander too far into the woods are lured by the creature's eerie cries and never make it out. Which,
Again, I think we hit on this last episode, but it almost sounds like a banshee to me.
what
Yeah, I could see that too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't actually know what the classification of a banshee is. What would it like?
Well, I think, or maybe it's not a banshee, but as far as my
A
understanding,
siren? Is that what you're saying?
yeah,
'Cause we
siren.
talked about a
Sorry,
siren.
not a banshee, a siren. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, as far
Where
as
it's,
I know, like
luring people.
Yeah.
like the siren, like the voice is either so beautiful or unresistible that it drags you in and then it murders you or does whatever you want.
What a
it
way
wants.
to go!
I know, dude. That'd be sick.
It's like those pirates that got killed by the mermaid sirens. They're like,
Yeah,
at least I saw tits.
Oh my gosh.
yeah, but most of the time it's just a dude.
That's fair.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't that the idea like that these sirens were just like dudes that were making the pirates believe that they were. Am I just completely
In my
understanding it
world,
wrong?
You're probably right, but in my world, they're sexy chicks that just happen to be evil and kill you. Because
Oh
I'm
my
way more okay with that than like you like get there and it's some like fugly dude. At least it better be like a good looking dude, if anything. But it's like a fugly dude, and you're like, oh crap, like here it goes, I'm dying.
All right, here we go. I'm donezo.
Yeah, make it quick. You're so ugly.
Oh my god.
Dude, I just thought, I don't know why this came in my head, but sirens are just like or catfishing is just like a modern representation of a siren.
Yeah,
Basically.
You know?
yeah, for sure.
Think you love her and then she sucks your soul out.
Through your
Yeah, then you die.
Damn.
What a way to go.
What a way
Sounds
to
like
go, my
marriage.
brother. Oh my
No,
goodness.
that's not like marriage
not
at
even
all.
close. Not even close.
I'm just kidding. I'm talking like one of those stereotypical guys who are like, God damn it, I hate my wife. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, well,
It's
it's
like my
very
ex-stepdad.
stereotype. Yeah.
My stepdad always like, God, who knew I married such a bitch?
You're like, I did. She's my mom.
Damn.
Freaking awful.
Damn.
Me and my stepdad used to always make fun of my mom behind her back.
Oh my goodness.
What you guys used to say?
Oh, just how crazy she was and stuff. I mean, nothing that harmful or mean, but he'd always, it's funny, he'd like vent to me about their marriage.
That's what my
That's so wild. That's
kind of funny.
well, I guess that's good though. Your
Yeah, no,
stepdad
it was-
trusts you.
It was
I
like
guess.
it was like a bro moment. It wasn't so much a like, hey son, because he never really tried to be my dad. He was like my
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so he would he would get so mad at my mom. And then the biggest one was like, for example, my mom's awful at answering her phone, like awful
Oh.
at it.
Wait,
Most
are
moms
you
are.
just talking about any mom in this
Yeah.
planet? Yeah.
Yeah, but she's also 60 something, so that doesn't help. Like she's also like awful with technology in general.
Yeah.
But like it'd be something important trying to call her, get a hold of her, and call and no answer, and he'd get so frustrated because it'd be something that's like time sensitive,
Mhm.
and then we'd tell like later, she'd be, oh, I just didn't hear it, and we're like, obviously,
Oh, what? You didn't hear it? That's crazy. I called you 15 times.
yeah. And then she's like, oh my gosh, someone put my phone on silent. I'm like, you probably put your phone on silent. You just didn't know what the heck you were doing.
Oh my gosh. I want my mom to get an Apple Watch so bad because she'll leave her phone everywhere far away from her. And so you'll call her and you can't get a hold of her. But like if she calls you, then you got to answer, but
You
you
better
can't
pick up,
get
boy.
a hold of her for the life of you. So I'm like, just get an Apple Watch, wear that all day. That way, when we call your phone, at least I know it's buzzing your wrist. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like it's so hard to get a hold of you sometimes. It's hit or miss. So I don't know. That's where I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know. That's
my
not
sister-
really a Jersey Devil topic, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's-
But I was gonna say I kind of wish I would have went with the 4G Apple Watch because I have just the Wi-Fi like one,
oh
Mhm.
really?
and I'm like, it would be really nice to not have to have my phone everywhere I go.
See, that's what I have mine. Like mine's the cellular Apple Watch, and it's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, I wish I had that.
It was $700 some odd, but it was still pretty good. It
Yeah,
took
mine
me
was $250.
a lot
Jeez, that's
cheaper.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I hate having a watch on my hand anyway. So
Oh, really?
I don't know if I could do that. Yeah.
I got the craziest like watch line because of it too. Proceeds to show everybody.
Ooh, white
Yeah.
on white, boy.
Basically,
Well.
dude. It's like white and then extra white.
White the wall tires.
Okay,
Oh.
back to the Jersey Devil. So, yeah, I think we've covered Origin pretty decent, like pretty well right now. So yeah, kind of just to give a rundown of what happened. So 13th century, mother leads births this child, potentially a witch, blah blah blah, this and that. Child comes out, turns into a freaky little creature. And yeah, like we said, there have been multiple different sightings. And Parker, I think you have a few sightings. Am I?
Yeah. Well, mostly just. There's also another legend about this Leeds family massacre, and what it is that there's the story that suggests that the Jersey Devil actually was responsible for the gruesome killing of the rest of its family. So its siblings, its mom, and its dad.
Mm-hmm.
And it also the descendants of them as well. So seeking vengeance for the curse that was placed upon it, which kind of suggests that it doesn't say this anywhere, but it suggests that this thing is actually immortal if it's killing the descendants of its family.
Yeah.
Unless it's feeble and somehow whacked its brother. That's like just a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
No, I don't mean that way. I just mean like killed him. Like,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
Totally, for sure.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, I believe you.
Anyway.
But anyways, so especially where it was like in the 1700s, and they're still, up until the 1900s, they were up into the 1900s, they're closing school for this thing. So, yeah, either at least the legend lives on, possibly the actual cryptid, but yeah, and then I'd kind of personally, I'd actually like to go hang out in these Pine Barren woods.
Really?
Dude, well,
I'll go with you.
no, we're not going to go, Brennan. But it does
it's a
seem-
whole plane ticket.
It does seem pretty nice, to be honest.
Are you looking at pictures?
Yeah. I've been looking at pictures. But the freaking Jersey Devil is just freaky looking. I don't like yeah, I don't know. Sorry,
And
go ahead.
I was gonna say, and like, this is where the New Jersey hockey team, where they got their mascot from. They're called the New Jersey Devils, is the hockey team, and
Bless you.
It comes from this myth or legend, which means, obviously it's had quite a hold on the area for a long time.
Yeah, especially for them to try and integrate it into their like a sports team. That's pretty crazy.
I mean, the NHL, I mean, that's a nationally
Yeah, that's
recognized
huge.
team.
Yeah, that's massive. I would also like to, I don't know if we already stated this, but if anybody out in New Jersey wants to give us any information on this little creature or anything, because a lot of the stories seem to be passed down orally. And so it's kind of difficult to find any it's not difficult to find sightings, but I think it's harder to find any
Concrete.
actual concrete sightings that people have seen. But if you do happen to have any information on this Jersey Devil, that would be sweet to get something from you guys. If you want to give us a message, send us a little email or anything like that, that'd be sick.
That'd be hella lit, bro.
Yeah.
I love hearing from you guys. Like, it's my favorite whenever I get like an email from somebody and they're like, you know what, Brennan, you're kind of fucking stupid. You made this mistake.
Thank you.
I'm like,
thank you.
Really? You
Thank
paid
you,
attention to me? Oh
Thank
my
you.
God, I'm so needy.
Thank you.
But no, it's my favorite whenever I hear from you guys and I get your input. And it's I don't know, I really enjoy it. Also, good news, Parker. If we were to fly Delta nonstop round trip, it's $268 to get to Newark Airport in New Jersey.
That's not too bad. How close is that to the Pine Barrens?
It's not too far away from what I saw.
That would be a good field trip. We'll pay for it with our ads we don't do.
I know.
All
You're
right,
welcome.
Then there's going to be 15 minutes of straight ads right now, so we can pay for
cue them up now.
a quarter of one of our tickets.
It's an
How
hour and
have
22
you been
minutes.
living with erectile dysfunction this long?
Oh my God.
Have you ever tried Cialis or Blue Chew? They're not sponsoring us, but maybe this will make it so they will.
What's Blue Chew?
It's the same as like Viagra, Cialis, whatever.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Huh. You learn something new every day.
Yeah, Blue Chew. That's the main one I know that's not.
Blue Chew.
Hims, Roman. I'm thinking of all the other ads on podcasts that I listen
Damn.
to. What's another big one? Oh yeah, the underwear.
Oh.
The underwear?
Me Undies,
Yeah, MeUndies. Hey, MeUndies, what's up?
hit us up.
Yeah, and then
We can plug our own merch store. We got our own merch store. It's
Yeah.
in the description of all of our episodes. It is Shadow Valley Store on Printify. And so if you just look on the description of all of our episodes, you can see our own store, and we get a part of the proceeds from that.
yeah, and then we could go hunt down the Jersey Devil and upload videos and
yeah.
show you guys what's up.
We
Yeah,
got
yeah.
some cool
What if we
merch though
died
there
on
for
video?
sure. I actually own the coffee mug, and I have a few hoodies from our store, and I think it's really lit.
Yeah.
I want to get a
We should do
coffee
a
mug.
Jersey Devil themed hoodie. That would be way cool. Do a
Yeah, that'd be
limited
sweet.
edition.
Maybe we'll do like a little Halloween run.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's back to the Jersey Devil. Sorry, I know we keep hopping off. But yeah, so there's numerous different sightings, like Parker had stated. So there was some 1927 Bristol, Pennsylvania. Sorry, not Pennsylvania. There's a series of sightings reported in Bristol. Just across Delaware River, witnesses claim to have seen creatures with bat-like wings and horse-like heads. 1960s to the 1970s, there were occasional sightings of the Jersey Devil then, and Pine Barrens as well. And then lastly, well, not lastly, but the other thing too that I wanted to hit on, because we kind of, I guess I maybe just glossed over that initial story of the farmers with the mutilated animals. But often they would, like Parker said, one big tell was the screech. Then the other ones were people would just kind of feel like a darkness almost.
Really?
Yeah, they would say it's like a bad omen, a harbinger of doom.
Yeah.
So anytime that you would feel like kind of this feeling of just like lonesome or depressed or anything like that, people would say that was like a good tell that the Jersey Devil was there. Sorry, go
That's
ahead.
crazy. I just thinking to myself, I'm like, how much do I rely on my feelings to decide if something's?
Yeah,
I
don't
feel like
know.
I wig myself out about danger more than I actually find danger.
Fair
I
enough.
think that is pretty characteristic of all of us, because it seems like most of our stories we've all kind of encountered have been pretty. I guess I don't know. We state this quite often, but we usually say like maybe it was just our own like imagination. I
Yeah.
guess but for it to be so prevalent to people that you could just get kind of like a bad feeling about things, it seems pretty interesting that a big number of people were reporting that they got like a dark sense, overcast sense almost.
Oh yeah.
And the other thing that I thought was interesting was that they also like are considered to be hiding in like the forest just to scare people. The
They
Jersey
just like to
Devil.
mess with people.
Yeah, you know what that's freaking reminds me of?
Dick Cheney.
Dick
yeah,
Cheney.
Dick Cheney.
Dude, I was just barely
Blood.
thinking. We talked about how every year they go on a Jersey Devil hunt.
Mhm.
What if we went on a fucking Dick Cheney hunt? I know how we could lure him out too.
Dude.
Bring puppies.
We got little girls here.
Oh,
Hey, Dick
Come out for you
Cheney.
girls.
here's a guy that you can freaking shoot in the face and then say, "Oh, sorry."
I don't think
No,
we
he
mentioned
didn't even
that, though.
apologize.
Yeah.
I don't think we mentioned that with the Jersey Devil, did we?
Mention what?
The annual hunt thing that they do.
I thought we talked about it.
Oh.
Well, if we didn't,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah, hit
surprise.
on it.
Oh, just that there. Yeah, there's a. And sorry if we already hit on this. I can't quite remember, but
Yeah.
if they do an annual, like people in New Jersey will do this annual like hunt for the New Jersey Devil, and it's not super serious. It's kind of like a snipe hunt from
Yeah.
what I've read about,
Yeah.
but it's like they do it on Halloween, so I think it's more of just a fun tradition.
Right.
Some just like how we still carve jack-o'-lanterns, but we probably don't really try and keep spirits away.
Yeah.
But anyways, so it is a thing that's still done that is pretty cool. It's actually that I would totally be down to do that as well. It'd
yeah,
be
I think it'd be a
fun-
lot of fun.
Oh yeah,
Go there for Halloween next year. Or
a
something.
Dick
That'd be
Cheney
crazy.
hunt.
Yeah. But I was saying that the kind of just to mess with people, I feel like that reminds me a lot of like Skinwalker.
Yeah.
You know, because it seems like
It's a
to me-
trickster type.
yeah, it's just a trickster. You know that it'd be
That
it's-
had to fuck its dead sister.
well, not the Jersey Devil,
But
but it,
the freaking
Skinwalker.
Skinwalker,
Yeah.
yeah.
but it just reminds me of that kind of idea that it's just there to mess with you, you know, and
Yeah.
and it plays into the idea that it's part of the devil, you know,
Right. Yeah.
because the devil just is there to almost just like toy with us and try to get us to freaking do wrong or be scared.
You know what's kind of crazy is I was talking to someone the other day and they were saying that that they were saying like our bad habits are actually just demons that we have inside of us.
Dude, I got a lot of demons, bro.
Same.
Bro,
yeah.
call a priest. I need an exorcism now.
Well, they're saying like basically because it like if you choose Jesus, like he's freedom from your addictions.
Yeah.
And so if you're choosing your addictions, then it's like you've got this demon inside of you, but it's not like you're possessed necessarily. It's
Yeah.
like you need God to get rid of these demons out of you so that you can like move towards freedom or whatever. It was just interesting. That's why I bring it up. It's
Right.
like a different way of thinking about it. True or not,
Mm-hmm.
it's still the same principle if you are Christian and believe in God or whatever. It's still
Yeah.
the same principle.
Right.
It's like, oh, I need Jesus because I can't do this by myself.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was an interesting way of looking at it. But
No,
anyways.
that is interesting.
Right.
You know what I thought about too is if
What?
if you really wanted to be like a freaky serial killer,
Oh yeah.
you wait for that Leeds hunt or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
The Jersey Devil hunt. And then you just like start
Killing people?
yeah, that would be crazy.
Oh,
Damn.
but just pick off one a year, like
Yeah.
consistently.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then it's like guaranteed every year someone's gonna go missing. We just don't know who it is. It's like this.
They would probably immediately stop it though,
Probably.
if that was the case.
Well, I mean,
Probably in the next like you probably would be able to make it like 2 years.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think you'd get at least 5.
You
no
think?
way they'd keep going 5 years. 2 years in, they'd be like, I'm starting to see a track here. Like, what's going on?
but like, I mean, okay, 2 years. It's not mainstream anymore.
Mhm.
But you know damn well, stupid idiot teenagers are still gonna go do it.
That's true.
I mean, I
Fair
locked
enough,
Dorothy
fair
in the
enough.
our bathroom the other day and shut off the light and said, "Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary." And
Oh
she
my
freaked
God.
out.
so
She was so mad at me.
That's so
and
apt.
she's like, "How'd you know it wasn't gonna work?" I was like, "I've already done it before. I knew it wasn't gonna work."
Oh my gosh.
But she was so terrified.
It's like me going out into the canyon yelling, Skinwalker, come here.
Yeah.
Skinwalker,
You're like yelling snipe. Yeah.
It's not.
come here. Clicking your 2 rocks together to attract him.
yeah. Yeah, but I thought about that because of Halloween.
Yeah.
You know how Mike Myers always comes out at like Halloween night.
Yeah.
You know,
I
I
need to
thought it'd
watch
be
those.
that'd be crazy if somebody just started people just started popping off. You know,
Yeah.
oh, that'd be so terrifying.
It would get harder though, because people would start going armed and stuff like you'd have to up your game to be able to get victims.
That's true, but the other thing too is that if you did go out there and kill people, like, why are we even talking about this? Actually, we're just giving ideas to people, or people are just going to think
Hey,
we're
if they're
freaking
messed up enough to act on it, they were gonna do it anyways.
That's true.
The FBI is totally listening.
They always listen.
That's
Let 'em
true
listen.
because they're still pissed at me for revealing the fact that they allegedly murdered a man.
But yeah, oh yeah. So if you start killing people during that night, then people are just going to think it's the Jersey Devil anyway. So I feel like they'd probably be even more inclined to want to go out and try to find it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they would people would definitely be like, well, someone's just taking advantage of the legend. But then you'd also
Yeah.
have the other people that would be like, it's true.
Yeah.
My grandpa said he saw the Jersey Devil too.
Or you're the murderer and you really, really like ingrain yourself into the fabric of this town, and then you start saying, "Dude, I saw the Jersey Devil," but in reality, you're the murderer.
So there's like
Boom.
a lot of serial killers do stuff like that. Like the whole
I feel
thing
like
of
a
like,
serial killer.
yeah, but you
I
didn't
thought
do
it
it,
up.
as far as I know. So,
No,
but
yeah, I haven't done it.
like Kenneth Bianchi is one of the Hillside Stranglers. He was like working with these people,
Mhm.
and he had killed like I don't know how many people at this time, but they were just dumping these bodies all over L.A. I'm pretty sure, and
Yeah.
like and just like they were always naked and spread eagle and it was super disturbing. A lot of times decapitated. But anyways, so obviously it was a talking
Yikes.
point with a lot of, you know, like your circles because everyone was terrified.
Yeah.
And at where he worked, he was like, what if it was me? And just was like, then just starts
Whoa.
laughing to like people he was working with. And they all always thought like he was kind of like awkward or weird, but didn't like then. Yeah, this is just like so sketchy for him to be like, oh, that's crazy. These strangling things, huh? Like, oh, what if it's me?
That's
And
so
you're like,
freaky.
That's so weird. I don't even know who would really joke like that though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. You just really, I don't know. There's weird people that like we work with and we're just like, ha ha ha. And I wonder if he just got away with it for so long, like saying that by just like, because there's those people you work with and you're like, God, it's so fucking awkward to talk to you. Like, get the fuck away from me
Oh,
to where
for
like
sure.
that's
That's
all
how-
you're thinking about.
That's
And
how
you're
this
just
guy
like,
was for sure,
get
yeah.
away from
Yeah.
me. Where you're so preoccupied on just like ending the conversation because you
You
want
don't
them to
even
leave
care.
that
Yeah.
you don't listen to what they're actually saying until like after you're just like,
Dude, you're like,
"God."
wait, did they actually just say that to me?
They're like, yeah, I
Like, what
murdered
the
someone
hell?
this weekend. You're like, get away from me, loser.
No,
Dude,
get
You're
back
such a
to my
loser,
expense
dude. Get
reports.
out of here, dude. Oh my
real.
gosh, dude. Like, you're
This-
seriously breathing my air, dude?
This is the library. Like, get out of here. Quit talking. And then he leaves, and you're like, you know, you say kill someone?
Wait, did that dude just say he killed somebody? No.
No, he's too fucking weird to do that.
That was my imagination.
I had an old coworker that I kind of had the same feeling about. One day he like straight faced asked me. He was like, "Dude, do you ever like just think about what human flesh tastes like?" And I was like, "What?" In my head, I was like, "Dude, I need to get away from this dude." So I was like, "Oh, nope." I just got up and left.
Absolutely not. See you later.
See you later.
Not today.
I had a friend. Do you remember that?
This is a Monday conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
It's Friday.
It's Friday at 3:30, bro. We're not going into this. Right? Do you remember that kid that used to? I'm not gonna say his name, but do you remember the kid that used to live next to me? Did you ever meet him?
Yeah, I do remember.
He like hurt your leg. that
Yeah, I
one time?
remember. Uh-huh.
He said to me one time, he's like, and he's kind of like adamant he wasn't. He's always making gay jokes
Mm-hmm.
and like adamant he wasn't gay.
Mm-hmm.
And then one time he was like, "Do you ever just think about like what a penis would feel like in your mouth?" And I was like, "I don't," you know.
What?
And I was like, "No, I don't."
I don't need to wonder. I know.
But I was like, if that's your thing, that's great.
Yeah, I
But-
don't care.
But
Just
like,
fucking-
yeah, I don't care. But I was like, I always thought that was kind of weird because I was like, it was more just like that he always was like making the jokes,
Yeah.
and I was like, of course in junior high or whatever, like we made our jokes,
Mhm.
but
Mostly at the expense of
a certain
somebody.
person, yeah. but like he was the one that was like, no, I'm definitely not. And then he's always making the jokes, and then he's like straight faced to me. Do you ever wonder what that's like? And I'm like, oh, I can't relate, which is fine. I'm not trying to bag on him. I just thought it was like interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just what you said reminded me of that. Very different,
Yeah.
stark contrast from.
Yeah.
Do you wonder what human flesh tastes like to
Yeah.
the other? Because, like Brennan said, that's your thing. Go for it.
Yeah. You know what? Go for it. Like, shut the fuck up. Don't bring me into this type of thing.
Yeah.
Like with these weird people. Like, yeah, sure, whatever. Enjoy your fantasy, sir.
Yeah, I don't want to know
Whatever
what
gets
human
you
flesh
off
tastes
at
like.
night.
Well, not whatever. You shouldn't hurt people unless they want it.
Respectfully.
Yeah, respectfully harm people.
Respectfully.
Do you want to be tied up? All right, let's do it.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
Choke me too. Just kidding.
Handcuff my ankles together behind my head. What?
Just a giant sex swing.
Oh my gosh.
50
Okay.
Shades of Grey, this shit.
So, Jersey Devil.
Tie me up, daddy.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure Jersey Devil approves this message.
Jersey Devil has approved this message.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, lastly, I think we want to hit on a little story that Brennan has prepared for us or found
I do have a story
in regards to the Jersey Devil.
And it's actually a different story from what I found you guys earlier. I did some research and I found a, in theory, to be true story. I say that because, you can only do Reddit and those type of sites with a grain of salt.
Right.
Okay.
We discussed this a little bit ago. I think it's hard to find any story that has any validity within it. But yeah, again, I think we should take any story that we've told on this, take with a grain of salt. Don't take it as fact.
Alrighty. So let's jump right into the story. The Pine Barrens of New Jersey had become a hotspot for urban explorers and thrill seekers. It was the year 2023, early spring, and the legend of the Jersey Devil was more folklore than fear to the new generation. But, as they would soon learn, some legends are best left untouched. A group of 5 college friends, tech-savvy and adventure-hungry, decided to embark on a camping trip deep within the Pine Barrens. Their goal was simple: document their journey through the woods, debunk the myth of the Jersey Devil, and, of course, get viral content for their social media. As they trekked deeper into the forest, the modern world faded away, replaced only by the chirping of birds and the rustling of leaves. Their device, however, kept them grounded in their reality. Vlogs were recorded and real-time stories captured in their every step. It wasn't until the second night around their campfire that things took a sinister turn. One of the group, Emily, played a piece of footage she shot earlier that day. At the edge of the frame, obscured in the shadow of the trees, was a figure, tall with what looked like wings, and it was hauntingly thin. Dismissing it as a trick of the light or a fellow camper, the group laughed it off. But that night, their sleep was disturbed by chilling, unfamiliar sounds, distant cries echoing through the vastness of the Pine Barrens. Morning revealed the depth of their predicament. Their tents were shredded, belongings scattered, and footprints, unlike any other animal they recognized, encircled their campsite. Panic ensued, but they chose to stay one more day, hoping to catch a glimpse of the mysterious creature and prove its existence. By the evening, the group, now uneasy and on edge, decided to live stream their experiences, hoping their followers would share their eerie adventure. As darkness fell and the battery indicators on their devices dwindled, a shrill scream pierced the night. One of their cameras, still streaming, captured a silhouette of the Jersey Devil as it swooped down, its sharp claws grabbing into Jake, the group's bravest. In mere moments, he was gone. The remaining of the 4 were paralyzed with fear their live stream capturing their terror. Thousands watched in real time, their comments flooding in, a mix of disbelief, concern, and accusations of pranks. The feed soon became chaotic, filled with screams, shaky footage, and glimpses of the looming creatures that haunted the Pine Barrens. The stream continued only until all that remained was the static of a dropped connection, leaving the online community horrified and speculating. Search parties were dispatched, and the Pine Barrens had become the center of national attention. But despite all efforts, the group was never found. Footage of their last night circulated the internet, with many arguing its authenticity. But those in the local communities surrounding the Pine Barrens knew better. The legend of the Jersey Devil was no longer a mere tale told around campfires. It was a chilling reminder that some things, no matter how modern the world becomes, remain lurking in the shadows, waiting for the next group of skeptics to venture too close. So that was the story that I found. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think Parker kind of hit on it earlier as well, because these are all just a bunch of dumb teenagers, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Right? Like, no matter what people hear, no matter what happens, I think people will always try to, like yourself, try and find I guess the truth, which is good to a degree, but you never know. You know, those kids went out there and they never found, again, maybe it was just some serial killer or some murderer that was out there, something like entirely different.
Right.
You know, what if it was a wig? What if it was a Bigfoot or something that killed these kids, or that made them disappear? But it's all, again, just claims. But it's a freaky story, you know. It's always upsetting or scary to see that anybody disappears.
Also, like, our mind definitely jumps to conclusions. One example that my father-in-law told me a story where him and his dad were out hunting, and they were looking through their scope, and they saw this this wolf or something, and I can't remember exactly what they thought they saw, but anyways, they decided that for sure they thought they saw Bigfoot, like for
Oh, really?
sure. Like they're like, oh man, that's Bigfoot, and so they were thinking they saw him, but my father-in-law's uncle was telling his dad, hey, shoot it, it's Bigfoot, we're gonna get it, you
Yeah.
know. And then they ended up getting closer, and it was just a guy in a coat,
What?
and they
They
legit
almost shot him?
thought it was a Bigfoot.
That's insane.
And so
They
my
almost
point
shot-
being, my
Oh
point
my
being,
gosh.
that to my, I guess it'd be my father-in-law's dad, who's a really cool guy. He's passed on now, but he's super awesome. But to his credit, he was like, "Nah, if I don't know what it is, I'm not gonna
I'm not gonna
shoot at it."
Can you
And-
imagine if they shot it? Holy crap,
I
they
mean,
would
I
have
would-
just killed some dude.
Yeah,
That
and they would
would've
have.
been bad.
Yeah, we got Bigfoot. And you come up, you're like, we need to bury Bigfoot. Like, I mean, no,
We need to not talk about this ever again.
Yeah, Bigfoot is,
Timmy, shut your damn mouth. Don't say anything to anybody.
or else I'm killing you next.
Or you're going to be Bigfoot next.
Yeah.
Damn.
Put the damn jacket on. You're Bigfoot. Go.
Yeah. Just run. I can't look at you when I shoot you. But yeah, my point being, like, it's so easy for us to jump to these conclusions because we know the ending we want to happen. We know the where we left off the story. All this stuff in the middle is non-existent, so we just piece it together with what makes sense to our minds.
Right.
Well, sometimes fact is stranger than fiction, meaning it could be something way more explainable but not practical at all.
Right.
That's reality, you know.
Yeah,
It'd be like a minivan ended up driving through the camp and wiped everyone out, and then
Yeah.
like this random like junkyard metal thing like swooped over the forest and picked up the minivan and everything with it or whatever. Like that sounds ridiculous, insane, and not practical.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's just the pieces to the story.
Yeah.
Like,
Truth is stranger than fiction.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it definitely can be. And as far as I know, Brandon, you have one more story for us.
I do. I can actually give you 2 more stories if you want 2 more stories, or we can stick with just 1 more. What are you guys thinking?
I don't really mind. Do
I'm good either way.
We'll do this story and then we can reconvene and then talk about maybe doing the next one.
okay. All right, let's hear it.
Alrighty. Here we go. The Pine Barrens of New Jersey is a vast expanse of thick, dark forest. Trees intertwine and form a near impenetrable canopy above. While the underbrush rustles with mysterious sounds, most avoid this place, especially after sundown. For the Pine Barrens isn't just home to creatures of the natural world. It is a rumored dwelling of a supernatural entity, the Jersey Devil. Local tales describe the Jersey Devil as an otherworldly creature, a fusion of man and beast with bat-like wings and a piercing cry that could freeze the blood of one's veins. Unlike its distant cousin, the Wendigo of the northern woods, the Jersey Devil is said to have been birthed from malice and sorrow, a manifestation of a curse set upon the Pine Barrens. Alex and Marissa, 2 adventurous souls with a penchant for debunking myths, heard about the legend and decided to venture into the Pine Barrens. Equipped with night vision cameras and recording equipment, they aimed to prove the Jersey Devil was nothing more than a product of overreactive imaginations. As they ventured deeper into the woods, the environment grew eerily silent, save for the crunching of leaves beneath their feet. The canopy became so thick that even the moon's glow barely penetrated the forest's floor. Relying on their equipment, they pressed on. Suddenly, a distant cry echoed through the forest. It was neither an animal nor human, a wail of pure anguish and despair. The pair exchanged glances. Probably just an animal, Alex whispered through the uncertainty of his laced voice. However, as the night deepened, stranger occurrences befell them. Their equipment malfunctioned, and shadows seemed to move on their own volition, darting between trees just beyond the reach of their vision. At one point, Marissa thought she saw a silhouette, humanoid, but grossly distorted, fleeting amongst the trees. Panicking, they decided to leave, but the once familiar trail seemed to have shifted. They walked in circles, the weight of being watched pressing down on them. Each step they took was echoed by another, mimicking theirs but never revealing its source. Suddenly, Marissa's foot snagged on a root, sending her tumbling to the ground. As Alex rushed to help her up, they both froze, feeling a chilling breath on the napes of their neck. Slowly, they turned around, and their gazes were met by glowing red eyes set within a face that was both beastly and human. Its wings, tattered and vast, rustled softly, casting an imposing shadow over them. It was the Jersey Devil, and it was real. The next morning, a local ranger found Alex and Marissa's abandoned equipment near an old, dilapidated hut, deep within the Pine Barrens. Their footage showed their descent into panic, shadows lurking, and that eerie cry echoing. But the last few seconds were what chilled viewers the most. The frame captured a fleeting glimpse of the Jersey Devil, its eyes filled with centuries of sorrow before the camera abruptly shut off. No trace of Alex and Marissa was ever found, but their footage became undeniable proof of the Pine Barrens haunting. Their story turned into a cautionary tale, a grim reminder of the mysteries lurking within the dark corners of the world. And so the legend of the Jersey Devil grew darker and more ominous, a testament to ancient and malevolent forces that some places on Earth still hide, waiting for the next unwitting soul to venture too deep into the unknown. So that was that second story there.
That's gnarly.
That's freaky, dude. That's surprising. So is this a legit story?
Yeah, these are legit stories that I found.
I wonder where that video is.
It's a good question. There's plenty of, again, my favorite place to find everything, Reddit. There's plenty of videos on Reddit, and of course, there's all of these stories that you can read on Reddit as well.
Mm-hmm.
And this last story, I think is, I don't know. I think it's really interesting. I always think they're all really interesting whenever I read about them. But, you know, a lot of these are true in my opinion. Like, I feel like there's some validity to them, especially because you can find footage of the Jersey Devil. Like, if you go and you go look on different places like YouTube.
Darkweb.net.
I can say
Darkweb.net.
I've never looked for Jersey Devil footage on the darknet, but I bet you could find it literally on YouTube.
Yeah.
And at that point, I'm just going to throw it out there to the world that what you look for is what you're going to find out of it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking for proof of the Jersey Devil, that's what you're going to find. If you're looking to debunk it, that's what you're going to find.
Right.
Because, you know, in today's day and age, I don't think there's anything that you can call undeniable proof of that sort of nature without, I don't know, having freaking everybody in the world see it.
Because everybody's always going to look for a reason not to.
Exactly.
Want to believe it.
Like on TikTok, I see so many videos of everybody being like, oh, it's staged. This didn't really happen. And
It's the moon landing.
basically, if like you go through and you look for reasons to doubt, like you're going to find reasons to doubt. But if you're going in looking for reasons to believe, you're going to find reasons to believe, and it's really up to you.
Mm-hmm.
The best way, and I'm going to say this till I die, the best way, if you ever want to find out the truth for yourself, go look for it. That's what I say. Whenever you want to find truth, like, find it yourself. Again, I'm just a guy with a podcast. We don't have all of the answers. We don't have all the undeniable
We have
proof.
most of the answers.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I have every single answer you could possibly ask.
Anything on the internet, especially if it comes from a podcast, is fact.
It's fact.
Okay, if it comes from me, it's not fact. I'm putting that out there.
No, it's fact.
We are actual fact, and we're over-facting you, and you're fact.
God damn.
Yeah, you just been
You just got
Factored.
fact up.
Have I just been verified? Just kidding.
verified.
Am I verified on Twitter?
Get
You just
fact up,
got
boy.
Oh. God damn it. I mean,
Wait, do it again.
God damn it. There we go. Glad we can work this out in post-op.
You just got f***ed hard.
You're not wrong. I did get pretty
That was good.
yeah.
Okay, so I think we're on to our last story, right?
Unless you guys don't have anything else you want to add.
No, I think that one's a little more spooky, I guess, if you will.
Okay.
Obviously, some of it had to be made up, I think, just to get the details of
It's Reddit.
when this character Alex says, "Oh, I think it's just like an animal or something." But I
Yeah.
do believe that they probably found some footage.
Yeah,
and
for
two
him to
missing people
they're pretty much just assuming that because they
Right.
don't have footage of it.
of it happening.
Unless he. Well, no, they had footage. He was recording the whole time, I think, because you could hear on the recording. It said you could hear the scream, so you would have heard
that's
him
right.
say,
Maybe he was. Oh shit. Maybe you're right. Oh, sorry. Oh well, whatever. Beep. Yeah. Beep. But I guess you're right. Yeah. Huh.
"I want to
Interesting.
see that video," but
Yeah, I would like to find that video.
We can probably find that video actually.
We'll look.
We'll
We
look
shall
for
look.
it.
We'll look, and if we find it, I'll link it up to the episode, whether that's like on the first release or like maybe a
It's
following release.
Just
Yeah.
a video of Up with the snipe.
Oh my gosh. click.
Snipey.
It's just me out in the woods trying to recreate the video.
Good jigger.
Good.
Good jigger. Okay.
All
I'm
right.
ready for this last story.
Okay, here we go.
Get him, Noonan.
Amidst the thick canopies of the New Jersey's pine barrens, the trees whispered ancient secrets, and shadows danced in tune to a ghostly rhythm. Here, far removed from civilization's reach, legends claimed that the Jersey Devil lurked. Unlike the tales of old, where the creature was born from a curse or unfortunate fate, this new tale painted it as a merciless predator, a reminder of the Pine Barrens' wild nature. Every year, adventurous souls would hike through the Pine Barrens, and their voices echoing with laughter and delight, unaware of the shadow that might be stalking them. Among such explorers was a group of 4 friends: Ben, Clara, Jake, and Lila. Drawn by the tales of the legendary Jersey Devil and the thrill of a ghost hunt, they decided to camp in the heart of the woods. The first evening was filled with comforting sounds of a crackling campfire and chirping crickets. As darkness fell, Lila, an enthusiast for folklore, began recounting the tales she had heard. The Jersey Devil, she began, is not just a mythical creature. It is an entity that thrives on fear. With its cloven hooves, bat-like wings, and piercing scream, it can drive a person mad before making them its prey. Jake, ever the skeptic, laughed it off. Just a story to keep kids away from these woods, he said. But as the night deepened, the rustling of leaves and distant cries seemed to suggest otherwise. Awakened from her sleep, Clara spotted a silhouette against the moonlit sky. It was vaguely humanoid, with elongated limbs and wings stretching out wide. A chilling scream pierced the air, one that matched Lila's description perfectly. Terrified, the group huddled together, their once skeptical minds now consumed with fear. By dawn, the entity had disappeared, leaving an eerie stillness. Shaken but determined not to let fear overcome them, the group decided to head back, cutting their adventure short. But the Pine Barrens, under the Jersey Devil's influence, were not what they used to be. Familiar trails twisted and turned into unfamiliar territory. The more they tried to find their way out, the deeper they delved into the heart of the forest. Strange occurrences began to plague them. Ben's reflection in a stream showed him with hollow eyes and a twisted smile. Jake heard his mother's voice calling to him, leading him further away from the group. Clara would catch fleeting glimpses of a childhood home she had long forgotten. By the 3rd day, their supplies dwindled, and desperation set in. Lila, holding on to her knowledge of folklore, believed that confronting the Jersey Devil and showing no fear was their only way out. That night, they formed a circle, hands intertwined, focusing on their collective strength and memories of love. As anticipated, the Jersey Devil emerged from the shadows, its eyes glowing with malevolence. Its scream, once deafening, was now met with a chorus of the group's defiant voices, singing an old lullaby that Lila remembered from her childhood. The creature hesitated, its form shifting and contorting. For what felt like hours, the standoff continued. But as the first rays of dawn began to pierce the horizon, the Jersey Devil let out one final mournful cry before disappearing into the mist. Emerging from the Pine Barrens, the group was forever changed. They had confronted an ancient terror and come out stronger. With the legend of the Jersey Devil remained haunting those who venture deep into the woods. For Ben, Clara, Jake, and Lila, it became a testament to their unyielding spirit and the power of unity in the face of imaginable fear. So let me just say, when I came and hit up this story, this was the one that I hated the most.
Why is that?
Oh my God, Care Bears, let's stare. Like, that's literally
that
what I
part
got
at the
from
very
it.
end where she's like,
Where it's
"Oh,
like-
everybody come together, hold hands, and talk about love."
Like, from what I know, there's nowhere in the lore that's like, if we just love each other hard enough, then we will scare the devil away. Like, nah, bro. Haven't you guys ever seen a horror movie before? Those who be fucking are dead.
That's true.
They die. Like, if you have sex and you're not a virgin, you're dead in a horror movie.
Keyword, not a virgin. Well, what I was thinking too is about there's quite a few more details in that story that I feel like are not mentioned anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like about the scream or something. It said something about like when she was describing to him the like what the Jersey Devil does and stuff like that, and then he's like, it's just a story for kids. I remember thinking, I was like, that's literally not mentioned anywhere else
Yeah.
besides this story.
Right.
Well, and the other thing too that I thought was weird was like they almost gave the impression again that it was like a siren,
yeah.
Yeah.
you know, and then it almost like made it seem like they were hallucinating,
Yeah.
which I have not seen at all whatsoever throughout any of the Jersey Devil, like anything that I've read. It has been said that they can like screech and people like are drawn to the screeches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, the majority of people would want to be interested in see what's going on. But not once have I heard a story of where it's like the screeches made them think and hallucinate of things from their past and happiness of their past. You know,
Right.
it
That doesn't
seemed
make any
interesting.
sense.
Yeah, it seems weird.
Especially when it says in that story, she was like, "Oh, he feasts on fear. So why are his screeches gonna make you like and it's
experience
like,
happiness
yeah.
almost.
I mean,
Yeah.
Pennywise, when he's like feasting on fear,
Yeah.
you're not remembering like these great things. He's showing you your worst fears right in front of you and just trying to like feast on that.
Yeah.
So
And
it
if he was
just
gonna
kind of like doesn't make a
feast-
lot of sense.
Yeah, if the Jersey Devil is gonna feast, like, isn't it said that like an animal releases a bunch of serotonin or something, or not serotonin, but like,
Ejaculate.
damn.
Damn.
But I think like when a creature's like scared or something, they're more heightened, like the sense. I don't know. Like I remember we talked about it in one of our episodes. I think it was about vampires actually, where they would like try and scare their prey or something because when they were scared, their like blood would taste richer or something like that. I can't remember exactly what we discussed, but I wonder if it's the same for the
Oh,
Jersey
it's like
Devil.
the adrenaline in the blood.
the adrenaline in the blood. Yeah,
Which is funny because like animals that have a lot of adrenaline in them when they die are disgusting. It tastes awful.
Does it
oh really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like so like if you're hunting, that's part of why you want your the animal you're hunting to
didn't
just
know that.
once you shoot it, you want it to just drop. And there's two reasons. One, the first is because you don't really want an animal to suffer. Yeah, you might be killing it, but there's no reason it needs to suffer and like run around bleeding to death forever, you know? Another reason is that when this animal's trying to survive, its fight or flight kicks in, its brain releases adrenaline, and that adrenaline goes into every muscle and fiber or every muscle in its body, anywhere the blood goes, and it's disgusting. You can taste it.
Just makes it taste like more gamey.
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
Yeah,
That's
it's-
interesting.
Yeah, but
Huh.
yeah. So like, if it just drops, it never even has it doesn't even know to release any adrenaline. It just dies,
Right.
and it's fine. And if it was to go anywhere, it wouldn't get very far. So
Yeah.
then it tastes good. That's why the bum cheeks taste the best.
Good to
Furthest
know.
from the
Very
brain.
nice. Very nice.
Yeah, slap
to
that
know.
elk booty.
Well, I think that was all I wanted to add on the Jersey Devil. Parker, do you have anything else?
No, I think I've said plenty this episode.
You think
I
so?
think I've really pissed enough people off, made some people's faces go red. I think I've really outdone myself on this one. So
Good job.
I
Good
came,
job.
I did my job. Now I'm out.
Huge.
Huge. Brandon, thank you for those stories.
No worries at all. It was a joy to read them. Kind of disappointed that I ended up on that story. I should have lasted like on the second to last story. That one was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's all
But-
right. I think it definitely gives your imagination more to like grab onto, in my opinion. The only downside to that story again is that some of the details and things were kind of like things that I haven't seen at all. And so, but again, it's something a little more for your mind to play with and your imagination to kind of roll around and to see
Yeah.
like, oh wow, that's pretty interesting.
I think so.
But yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, very interesting sightings and encounters with the Jersey Devil.
Yeah.
Again, I think it'd be really cool to, if anybody out there in Jersey that listens to us or that wants to tell us off because we got everything wrong, I would still love to hear from you.
Please do.
Please send us a message so we can talk. But yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah. Hit us up. Our email is shadow.valleypod@thedogenetwork.com. Again, shadow.valleypod@thedogenetwork.com. And just for a little bit of, I guess, help, that is, again, shadow.valleypod@thedogenetwork.com.
Yeah, and then give us a follow on Instagram, Shadow Valley Pod. Make sure you send us a DM, like our photos, do whatever. Hate mail us, I don't care. And yeah, I hope you guys all enjoy your Halloween. Have a great time. Enjoy the festivities. Understand why we do pumpkin carving and why we do Halloween, because you've been listening to our episodes and now you know. Now you're big brain. You can go tell all your homies and be like, yo, I'm sorry, smarter than a fifth grader.
Just be like, oh my God, I listened to Shadow Valley and they told me this. Oh my God.
Oh, that'd be so horrible.
Have you ever heard of the Jersey Devil?
Oh my God.
Have you ever heard of the Jersey Devil? Do you know what vampires are? Because I definitely do.
Oh my God.
Are you even Bulgarian?
Do you even Bulgarian?
Do you even Halloween, dude? Seriously, you're celebrating Halloween and you don't even know about Halloween, dude?
Sober on Halloween.
Stupid, dude.
Damn. Go fuck yourself.
Wow.
Anyway,
Okay.
There's that beat button.
Wait,
Yeah.
yeah. Here, do it again.
go fuck yourself.
Oh, that was all right. Well, on that note,
Yeah. Anything you would like to say, Parker?
Nope, this is it. I think that was an awesome episode. I'm glad we got to do the Halloween marathon.
oh yeah, we're
Me
wrapping
too.
this up. I forgot.
Yeah,
this
this
is
is
This is
it.
the last one.
This
Oh,
is the
shoot.
last one. Tomorrow's Halloween.
Tomorrow's Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Well, when we release this, it will be Halloween, won't it? Or are we releasing this?
Oh yeah,
Tonight.
I guess.
We're
Yes.
tomorrow. Well,
Retract what we just said.
yeah. Happy Halloween.
Today is Halloween.
In 2 hours, it'll be Halloween.
That's true.
We'll get some cool episodes coming up here soon. Maybe we'll do something for Thanksgiving. I think that'd be cool.
Thanksgiving. Maybe we could watch and review the movie Thanksgiving.
Yeah, or that new one that's coming out about some settler that I don't know. Anyway, anyway, happy Halloween, everybody. Enjoy your weekend and have a great time.
Yeah. Fuck Dick Cheney.